In today's video, I'm going to talk about the 3 important tools which I really believe are very important in your career growth: LinkedIn, transferable skills, and networking, which really helped me for my own career growth, and how important these are for your own career growth, whether you're in biomedical science or whether you're at the start of your career or in the middle of your career. I'm just going to share my own personal experience and how I did it and how important they are and how they can help you. Even for me as a biomedical science, how it helped me to grow, and I'll be sharing about that. So stay to the end of this video where I'll be giving you all the tips and how you can do it, and practical tips on how you can do it. So let's go. So first thing, let's talk about LinkedIn. Why does LinkedIn matters, whether in biomedical science or any career? If you are not on LinkedIn, you are missing out so much, because it's the most powerful platform at this day and age, and I'm talking from experience. Anything I share with you here is from personal experience. So it's the most powerful platform for professional networking and career growth. It's not just for job searching. Obviously, yeah, you will be headhunted, and people, you will have potential employers looking for you and offering you jobs or opportunities. Also, it's a tool for building your personal brand, connecting with experts, and you are staying visible, not just in the industry, in the job market altogether. You are being informative. I didn't know LinkedIn has been there for 20 years. Last September 2024, it's been there 20 years. I only used it unless I was qualified, but that's a story that I will share with you. So 3 things you will benefit from being on LinkedIn: building your personal brand, networking with professionals or the industry altogether, not just in healthcare but all industries, and you are staying visible in the industry or the whole job market. So let's break it down a bit in details, because let's start with personal branding. People always consider personal branding as you have a product and you need to sell. No. Look at LinkedIn as it's your digital CV. Now, people judge you straight away from LinkedIn. As soon as they go on your LinkedIn, they make an impression out of you. So look at it as the digital CV or digital persona that will allow employers, colleagues, mentors to see what you stand for, and your connections as well. Maybe your connections might be working in a certain company that you want to work for. You are going to be visible. So that's in terms of personal branding. In terms of visibility in the industry or healthcare, let's say for biomedical scientists, it gives you a global approach, that you see what's going on in the healthcare, especially now with technology that's disrupting every industry, including healthcare. So there's so much going on in every industry. So it keeps you up to date, and it connects you with professionals globally. And just think of it as your digital resume or digital CV that is there 24/7, even while you're sleeping. So think of it, that's in terms of visibility. In terms of networking, it allows you to join different LinkedIn groups. I didn't know certain companies existed from LinkedIn. So LinkedIn is there. It's definitely, if you haven't been on it, I would definitely, it does matter 100%. I cannot recommend it enough. I benefited from it immensely, which we're going to talk about in detail. The next point I want to talk about is transferable skills. Transferable skills, not just in biomedical science, in any industry. I'm talking about biomedical science because as a biomedical scientist, and from my experience as a biomedical scientist, but this is very important, especially when you're starting your career. And I didn't realize, I was ignorant. I didn't know people didn't understand LinkedIn. Oh, the most common one I hear, oh, I have LinkedIn but I don't know how to use it. Oh, I'm not on LinkedIn. These 2 common that's why I decided to share this video, to give you a bit of insight and also to share my own personal experience on how I benefited from LinkedIn. So that leads me to the next point, which is the importance of transferable skills, or also known as soft skills. Also, there's another term, future skills. So it's not about your technical skills or your knowledge and you knowing how to do things. Transferable skills are crucial for growth, career growth, especially if you're in the biomedical science or any field. So, such as communication, problem solving, critical thinking, your adaptability and flexibility. So, communication skills, we all know how to communicate, and it's a vital tool. What I'm doing now is communication. When I go and speak, that's communication. all of this, that is a soft skill. That's a skill that you can take with you anywhere. It's an irreplaceable skill. For example, like myself, you are able to share complex information in a simplified manner. Like me being here on YouTube, I'm simplifying the biomedical science and other complex topics. Problem solving, that's another point. It's innate, it's in you. While you were studying your degree, you've already got that skill, so that's another skill you can shine and use, and this will make you transfer those skills not just in healthcare, but also you can get involved in consulting, project management, or even teaching. Leadership and adaptability, that's another skill, which is well, they are separate, but I put them together because they are connecting. When you're adaptable, you are a leader, and vice versa, and that will help you to expand into other fields. Now let's talk about the third point, which I would like to talk about, is networking, which people always assume networking is or they don't know what networking is about. If you're in a traditional job, it's very important to explore other venues, and this is something that I have learned, and I've got a personal story about that. When I decided to network internationally, oh my god, that was the best experience, but I'll tell you about it. So networking, it will allow you to explore different career paths, building relationships in terms of attending conferences, webinars, engaging on LinkedIn like we've just mentioned a second ago, and you seek mentorship. So these three, how can they come together? That's very important in terms of networking. Actually, I forgot. Let me mention about LinkedIn before we move to this point. Now I spoke about LinkedIn transferable skills. Let me share this personal story with you guys about LinkedIn. I didn't join LinkedIn until I got qualified because I didn't think I could fit in that world, and I didn't know what LinkedIn was all about at all. I think I discovered it while I was getting trained, but then I was too scared, like most of you. I've delivered a talk recently, which I'm going to talk about, and the students were still, I realized the last few years when I did the student mentorship that they are exposed to LinkedIn and they are encouraged to create LinkedIn profiles. So that was part of the education curriculum at universities. I used to share the same feeling. I didn't know how to use LinkedIn, and it's only for professional, and so I didn't go on it until I got qualified, and then I created my profile. So networking, actually this is my favorite now, and it became a hobby. Networking is crucial tool for career growth. So if you're a person who's an introvert, I'm an introvert by the way, but it's part of you. It's definitely very important in terms of career growth. So whether you're looking for a traditional job in a lab or whatever, this will help you to explore paths that you never thought they existed. I never knew certain paths that existed. So how do you do it? You attend conferences or webinars, engage on LinkedIn, and you'll be seeking mentorship. So how are you going to do that? We're going to look at that in the next point. So networking, like I said, conferences, but my advice is try do international conferences. Yes, it does cost money, but it's very, very beneficial. When I used to network in London, but then because I educated here and all that, but when I did international conferencing, that really, really helped me so much beyond, I cannot describe how, because number one, you're exploring a new country. Number two, you are learning from other people's experiences because they internationally traveled to this conference. So look for the major conferences, and some of them are free to attend. So all you need to do is pay for your flight, pay for your hotel, or even find a family member in that country that you, or a friend, and stay with them. That saves you the staycation. Some of them, they might be happy to fund you, but that can be a bit complicated. So that's in-person networking, and it has loads of benefits. Yes, you have to pitch for yourself, and that comes with practice. For me now, when I go on networking events, I already have a program on what I want to do. As soon as I come to an event, I have to take a photo first of all. I would let people know that I'm going to that conference, so that you've already built the connections on LinkedIn, so you will learn from other people's. You will connect to people who you are connected with, and that way you expand not just your network, you expand your connections and your chances of getting opportunities. Digital networking also is great, but I personally don't find it as effective as in-person networking. And plus, I have a very short attention span, and I'm sure most of you do. So I find that a bit is effective, but not as effective. Maybe, especially if you know the people that are there, that's even better, because they'll be like, oh, hi Ida, we know you, and then people will be like, oh, who's this Ida? So this is very helpful. Mentorship is amazing, because what you do, you will meet people who are ahead of you. They've been there, done that, so they'll be offering you guidance. Oh my God, if I tell you the amount of advice and the amount of learnings that I got from people that I met through networking, and I'm still in touch with them, I wouldn't have managed to get the advice or the guidance that I did if I wasn't there in person. I started networking in Dubai, so it was easier for me. I don't know what it was, but I wanted to travel back. I was born and brought up in the UAE, so it was, and Dubai is booming at the moment, so I consider myself extremely lucky that I went back. But also I went back as a professional, so it was all new to me. By the way, I used to be in the UAE as a child, and then I came here for university, so I left as a teenager, so I was a child when I left, but then when I went back as an adult and as a professional, so that was a completely new journey for me. And I consider myself, it was the right time, perfect place. So, and the whole world comes to Dubai, so I've done a lot of networking in Dubai. I even went to Saudi Arabia because they're close, and it was just an amazing, because Saudi Arabia also is booming. So, now at this time that we're speaking, my LinkedIn has grown so much. I'm so grateful. I've got over 8,500 followers, and on my newsletter I've got around 3,500. And once it hits a 1k extra, that's when you pay attention. But when it's like 8,000 and all that, so that my LinkedIn has grown over 2.5 years by just me being myself, and by leveraging those 3 skills, my transferable skills, using LinkedIn, networking. So all of this has helped me so much. So even though I was a biomedical scientist, I didn't let that limit me. So don't let that limit you at all. I just be yourself, and that would be my advice. And I didn't believe that I would be talking about this publicly on stage at a university, encouraging them and sharing my journey. So I just believed what I wanted to do, and I went for it. So definitely these 3 skills, they will future-proof your career, whether you're in biomedical science or outside biomedical science. So in summary, how LinkedIn, transferable/soft skills, networking all work together. In a summary, I would say networking will open up doors to you. LinkedIn will showcase your personality, your skills, and you know what? Employers now, they just want to know who they employ before they employ you, regardless to your background, your skills, who your profession. They don't care. They want to know, do you fit in the team? Transferable skills or soft skills, they will enhance those opportunities for you, because it will just future-proof your career. So remember these three things. If you're an introvert, I understand how challenging it can be. I am an introvert as well, but it comes with practice. As they say, practice makes perfect. And so many things I had to learn when I wanted to expand myself as a professional. So don't let being a biomedical scientist limit you, because it will open up doors to you. And I'm so grateful. I went to university, I was invited, and I spoke in a careers talk about this, and the students were just so amazed. It seems like I gave them hope, which I'm going to reflect on this journey and make a video about it and tell you all about it. But it was an emotional day for me. So just to explain more how LinkedIn, transferable skills and networking, they can work together. LinkedIn will showcase your transferable skills, which you already did when you're sharing your whatever work you have, and etc. When you just keep showing up by posting, intentionally using, being proactive, not just showing your achievements or articles, also any your expertise, but also if you have a challenge, if you have a question, if you need help. If people do read, people do help, people, oh my god, people are, when I get to meet people and say, yeah, I saw you work on LinkedIn, even though they don't engage with my LinkedIn, oh my god, I was so proud of myself when I went to see my supervisor at the university recently. We've connected on LinkedIn, and academics, they're not as active, and she said to me, I've seen your work on LinkedIn, I'm very proud of you. Oh my god, that meant the world. So people do read, even if they don't engage. And then networking will bring loads of opportunities. It will open up doors that you never knew they existed. I never thought I would. I just took the intention, I want to go out and explore the world outside the laboratory. That was my mission. When I resigned, I said to my manager, I just want to take a break. But in my mind, I said, I want to see what roles I can have outside the laboratory. Not just in healthcare, in society. And that's where a scientist with a vision came. So networking was another aim for me to do. How did I do it? I researched. I went online and I researched. I'm a research freak, by the way. Research everything on Google. That's my tip. Learn about everything. Don't be afraid to learn. Don't be afraid to explore. So I just went online. I just put my how to network. What do I need to do? So this is the tip I was told to do, which I'm going to share more, but I'll give you a hint. You search about the whole event. You search about who's going to be there. So you have an idea on who is going to be there. I did not attend only healthcare events. I've been to healthcare, economy, finance, fashion, and I've been invited to so many. And collaborations came after that. I had articles, I had different collaborations. And obviously the first thing people are like, oh, you're a scientist. Because scientists tend to stay in there. The cocoon, if I may say. That's might be rude, but no, being a scientist does not limit you. You can explore the world. We are actually gifted. We have so much that we can, the skills that I say we can share with the entrepreneurs, creativity, communication, adaptability, being able to work under pressure, critical thinking, our attention to detail. Oh my god, the lists are just, even when I'm very careful when I'm delivering talks, in case somebody who's not in science, I say, no offense, but this is how we are, which is true, and I'm talking from my own experience. And that's where the transferable skills and soft skills come into place, because you've already got those skills. Most of them are soft skills, so that will put you at an advantage to a non-scientist. And this is what I've noticed in my own experience. I outstand others because I've got those skills. In addition, I love business, I love entrepreneurial thinking. So imagine how gifted you are if you're a scientist. So now I've told you all of this. Now you might be saying, okay, what do I need to do? Which I already shared in my second book on how to do it. I've already spoken about that. So number one, if you don't have a LinkedIn profile, build a LinkedIn profile. Identify what transferable skills that make you special, and start networking. Just start. When you do that, you will know your way. You will know what you need to do. So building your LinkedIn profile, ensure that your profile reflects who you are. Have a headshot photo. I pay for my photography, by the way. I make sure that I update it every year. Sometimes I share. I take a bunch, and I'll tell you a tip. I don't do my photography in London because it's so expensive. So when I go to Dubai, I already have a photographer. I've got certain photographers that I know. They know who I am, and so it's all about business. So I make effort and I put professional photos so that when people see your LinkedIn, they're like, wow. So that's one thing, very important. And now you've got ChatGPT. You can create your profile that matching yours. I update it, I tweak it every now and again. I use ChatGPT for all of my work now, because when you're working full-time and you have a life, it's very, very difficult. You have to be super organized. Your time management should be just wow. I have my days when I want to be off and I just don't want to work and just want to rest, like most of us. But this is it. This is how you build your profile and you work on it. You've got ChatGPT now. You have no excuse. Identifying your transferable skills. Sit down. Write down what skills you have. I never thought I was a good communicator. I never thought I liked to talk to people. I never thought I have those skills or the personality. This is all from people's comments. They told me, oh, you can do this, you can do that. So pay attention to what people tell you. Listen out to these comments. I always wanted to teach, but you know, until someone said to me, oh, you like to train. And that's, I used to train, mentor at work, universities where I was at alumni, all that come together. So pay attention to it. And networking. Start virtually first, and then you can start in person. But in terms of networking in person, I would definitely tell you, try international. Go to a country that you're familiar with. If you're from a country that you've traveled before, or just start that, find that way. You know, if you wanna go to America, just try an international networking where a lot of people are going to be there. So at least you get that feel of it. So start big, because that will give you the confidence. Because for me, I'm happy to walk into a room. I'm happy to go on stage. I build that confidence with time. I don't mind. And there's certain lines I use with certain people. So that comes with practice. Okay, you might be thinking, oh, but Aida, I'm not that type of person. But if you want to grow, if you want to diversify your income or whatever, this is the only way to be. But if you want to be in a one job and you're happy with it, then good for you, that's fine. I'm talking from my experience. Again, this is my channel. I always get questions, and I try and answer as many questions and share it on my channel so that somebody can benefit from it, particularly university students, or somebody who's ambitious about changing their career or developing their career. Because the job market, I always say, is super competitive. It's not easy out there. The business world, or the economy, all of this, oh my god, it's so complicated. So in conclusion, you know, I hope this talk did make sense, but I just wanted to share some of the common questions that I get, and I thought, why not make it into a video? So combining LinkedIn, transferable skills, networking, all of this, I truly believe that is the perfect formula for your career growth, especially if you're in biomedical science and you want to take advantage of the lovely changes that are happening at the moment. I'm talking from my own experience. I didn't call myself a visionary biomedical scientist out of nowhere. I didn't create the digital page, Biomedical Science and Beyond. This is the purpose of it, to show you that your degree will open up doors that you never knew they existed. However, you need to do A, B, C. And therefore that will propel you to explore new opportunities that you never knew, and you might be creating a path that you didn't know existed. So where do we go from here? Again, like I said, your LinkedIn profile should reflect on your transferable skills, network, and start actively networking. Continuous learning definitely is something that I would highly recommend. Like I said to the students recently, I said to them, look, you think learning will finish when you graduate? No. Continuous learning is for life. You're going to be a student for life. Obviously, their eyes went open. I said, no. If you want to improve yourself, if you want to be ahead of the game, you need to do that. And on top of that, you need to be actively engaging. You need to engage with the society, and you need to stay up to date. Okay, you might be an introvert who doesn't want to talk or whatever, but at least stay up to date. At least see what's going on, and just try and be active one way or another. I'm not saying that you need to be out and about, and no, not necessarily, but this is something I would highly recommend. So what I want you to take away with you from this video, I want you to embrace the opportunities and to continue learning. That will give you a balanced perspective on what's out there for you. Make sure you innovate, adapt, and don't forget that personal growth and professional growth are linked, because if you're growing, you are at peace. This is what has given me peace personally. And having a successful career is more than your technical skills, more than your degree, more than your years of experience. Is looking at yourself as an addition. What skills do you have that will make you an addition? So when you're looking for employment, at least you know that you are an addition. And this is the best quote that I always follow by Ravi Kumar, where he says, if you want to stay relevant, you have to be on top of that's new. You have to be on top of all that's new around and all the changes around you. You can't just live there. Now the world is developing so quickly. You can't just live there and think, oh, now that's it. I've got a job and that's it. Oh my God. There's a harsh reality. It's very tough out there. Very, very tough. But yeah, on that note, let's just leave it. I just thought, you know what, let me share a bit of chit chat with you guys, give you an idea on what is it about, how is it like, etc. But I will talk about this in details, and let me know, what do you think, guys? Do you like it? Do you like this sort of topics? Do you like me sharing some of my experiences rather than keeping it to myself or just delivering in a class? I thought it was best to share it on YouTube. But yeah, so there you have. I just wanted to share with you on this video these 3 important tools that people don't talk about much, or you might know about it but you don't know how to use it. Whether you're in biomedical science or any career, truly, I'm telling you from my own personal experience, it's been a success, and I'm grateful that I have explored these through 3 tools and that I made use of them, because like I said, networking opens doors, LinkedIn will showcase your skills, transferable skills will open opportunities. All of this, yes, they might introduce you to these tools at university, but from a personal experience, I really believe it's learning by doing. You know the basics, but then how can you make use of it, and how you can develop, and how can you improve? That will really depend on where you are in your professional life. But truly, don't waste these 3 tools, because I truly believe they're very important. And whether you're introvert or extrovert, both of them, both of you will benefit from it. You will have your own style, and the only way you will know your style or what suits you is by you practicing. As they say, practice makes perfect. Oh my God, the things I had to do. If someone told me years ago, I would say, oh, no way, I wouldn't be able to do it. So it's by practicing. You learn the basics, you practice. Don't be afraid. Have the courage to try. So on that note, let me know, guys, if you like this video. Please hit the thumbs up, subscribe, and comment. What do you think about this topic? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Have you tried it? Have you not? Just share your thoughts, because this is based on what you people tell me. Some people say, oh, I've done LinkedIn, but I don't like it, or I don't believe it's for me, or whatever. But believe me, I'm sharing my story. It worked for me, and I'm a scientist. I'm not even I'm not even in the business world, but I put my foot in. I said, when I did the first few networking, I said, you know what? There's something for me out there. I'm going to go and get it. And it happened that I started being approached by companies I never thought of, or people I never thought of, and they said, oh my God, we love what you're doing. We didn't know scientists can do this. I always wanted to break the narratives of what scientists look like or how they are, regardless. And like I said to the students, I don't have one research paper published about me. I've got loads of articles now. I don't have a leadership role on my CV. I'm just a leader by practice. So this is the hope I want to give you guys. You create your career. Like I said in my book, you create your dream career. So enough of that. Just let me know what you guys think, and let me catch up with you in the next video. Until the next video, keep shining, keep inspiring, and see you next time.